in April of 2015. And what I've seen to date is more than 39,000 patients really have the opportunity to get back into the life that they're living through the help of this miracle plant. And I'm really immersed in it. I have been. I do a lot of speaking across the country and training. I train doctors and medical staff. And we are continuing to learn all the benefits from CBD. And in my opinion, everybody should be using it, whether you've got something that you're looking to get help with, a condition that's really bothering you or not. I think everybody should be supplementing with it. And as Laura and I talk, for the next few minutes, all that will become very clear to you. But I'm thrilled to be here. And every day I'm thrilled with the opportunity to share this product and CBD in general with a whole host of people. So we're glad you're here.
Thank you so much, Tracy Lee. And we appreciate your valuable insight today. So the question that I often get, and I know that you often get, is how does CBD work?
Well, CBD is, it's very interesting. So we've got something in our body. It's called an endocannabinoid system. And when we refer to it, we're probably going to call it the ECS. That just shortens it and simplifies it. But the ECS actually plays a major role in balancing our body's most important functions. Anything from sleep to mood to appetite. I mean, even, going to the bathroom, and much, much more. The ECS wasn't discovered until the 1990s, and scientists were really researching these little plant-like molecules that we now know to be cannabinoids. Now, they're produced already by the human body. Okay, the ECS's main role is to maintain our bodily homeostasis. In other words, we're trying to create biological harmony in response to all the environmental changes that are physical as well as mental. They can be stresses on our every aspect of our life and our body. Now, the ECS receptors are found throughout the entire body, including our skin. I mean, everywhere. And today, what we know is that the ECS system is involved in a number of processes, including pain, memory, mood, appetite, stress, sleep, metabolism, immune system, our reproductive function. I mean, endocannabinoids are arguably one of the most widespread and versatile molecules. Your body naturally produces its own endocannabinoids, which is crazy, right? But we produce them in order to support the ECS. But it's just like with any other nutrient, right? We can have a deficiency and we might need extra support. And that's where the hemp plant comes in, right? The hemp plant produces what's called phytocannabinoids. And they also interact with our own endocannabinoid system. And so really by ingesting CBD, we are enhancing, stimulating, nourishing our own ECS and the receptors that are innately in our body.
Thank you so much. And honestly, that is all those reasons are why I jumped in with CBD, because I just saw that, oh my goodness, all of this can come from a plant. So it's truly remarkable that one plant can do so many things. So another question that I oftentimes get, and I'm sure you do too, is Tracy, is are there any side effects to CBD?
Certainly, there are side effects with almost anything in life, right? But the side effects aren't going to be what we typically know as side effects. The side effects might be feeling great. They might be kind of the reduction or the elimination of different things that bother us on a regular basis. Side effects might be being able to get a good night's sleep. I mean, there is nobody that's ever died from the use of cannabis in the history of the plant, which is huge for us, right? We're so used to listening to these TV commercials or radio commercials where any medication or drug or even supplement, you hear this long list of terrible side effects that almost makes you wonder, is it worth taking this? That you won't find that with CBD at all.
It's always reassuring to hear it from someone like you as well. So thank you. Here's the other one that I get as well is, do I smoke it? Is it marijuana? And can I get high? Those are some of the ones that I get.
Which I do. I get asked that all the time. Running medical clinics, there's lots of patients that, that's their first response is, I don't want to smoke. I don't want to smoke it. Absolutely not. And that's what's so beautiful about CBD is there are so many different ways that you can utilize it. My favorite way is through a tincture, and you've got a picture of one on your screen there. And I absolutely love this method of supplementing CBD. You drop it under your tongue. Your mucosal cells under your tongue are going to absorb it. It's going to go directly into your bloodstream. So you don't have to roll it, smoke it, any of that. The other beautiful thing about CBD is that you aren't going to get high from it. The hemp plant, the cannabis plant in general, has lots of cannabinoids. The one that people are used to, hearing about that high is called THC. Now we do have a full spectrum product, and you've got a picture of it there on your screen as well. Full spectrum product is going to have trace amounts of THC, but not nearly enough that you're going to feel it at all. All you're going to do is really be nourishing both receptors, your CB1 and your CB2, but you will not be getting high in any way, shape, or form. You're not going to get the munchies. You're not going to want to hug everybody in the room. You are just going to be supplementing your body and benefiting from nourishing your system. What was it, that last question you asked?
Do I smoke it? I think we covered that.
Yeah.
Is it marijuana or can I get high? I think you got this.
Okay. Yeah. The marijuana. I mean, that's the other thing that I get asked a lot is this, I don't want to use marijuana. And I agree with you. We're not talking about marijuana. The cannabis plant has different strains. One would be marijuana, but we're not focused on that at all. We're focused on another strain, which is from the hemp plant. And the hemp plant is going to be vastly different than the marijuana plant in the sense that the marijuana plant is very, very rich in THC, and it has trace amounts of CBD. The hemp plant is going to be completely opposite. You're going to have very rich plant that is, it's very rich in CBD with only trace amounts of THC. So you're going to get all the goodness of that CBD, what I like to call medicine, without any of the, neurological uneasiness that people experience with a high.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Thank you. I have a lot of friends. Like I said, I came from the pharmaceutical and medical device industry. So a lot of friends that I speak with about CBD and Green Compass, I oftentimes get the question about the research. So a lot of people in my world personally are researchers, and they want to understand where's all the research about CBD. This is something new that we're hearing about in the market. So can you shed a little bit of light on that?
Yes. Interestingly enough, CBD from the hemp plant was not legalized until January of 2019. There is a farm bill, a 2018 farm bill that actually was passed and went into effect January of 2019. And what that did is it removed any hemp-derived products from the my mind is completely gone, from the controlled substance list, which means that you can use it legally, you can ship it legally across any state. I travel, actually, I just traveled during this crazy time. I was on a flight with 10 people. But walked right through with my CBD. It's 100% legal. Now, what does that also mean? It means that up until that point, because it was federally illegal, there was no money that was put towards doing the clinical trials, doing the studies, getting the statistics together. And since that happened, we've begun seeing all kinds of studies and statistics and clinical trials coming through, but it's just a tip of the iceberg because this product is so beneficial and there are so many conditions that will benefit from it. What we're going to end up doing is seeing over time many, many, many different studies that will show exactly what this plant is capable of. And we're all learning. So I'm excited about that. You won't see those studies happening with marijuana, which is another really beautiful part about the hemp plant, is that being legalized allows the funding and the research to be done so that we can, without question, offer this to anybody in need of supplementation.
Great. Thank you so much. So Tracy Lee, our worlds collided when I joined Green Compass and was privileged to be in part of your organization. And so I would love for you to share, with all of your experience in this space, why did you choose to align with Green Compass as a solution you would offer the patients that come into the practice that you run?
Sure. I was not looking. I've always had what I call a side hustle, always done something just to create, additional stream of income. And what I had found through the journey that I was on with the father of my children was that not being brand specific, he would use his CBD, and oftentimes, he'd say, "Oh gosh, that really burns my throat," or immediately he'd have some kind of a migraine or stomach cramps, or all of these different challenges. And quite honestly, when it first was happening, I thought it was more him, maybe an allergy, or maybe he was just very sensitive going through what he was going through. And here we were introducing this plant. Well, when I began opening medical clinics in 2015, what I saw from the patients was the same thing. I would recommend, different products, and they would say, "Oh, no, I've tried that one. That one really burns my throat," or, "Gosh, that one gives me a headache." And I started realizing that it wasn't specific to the father of my children, that it was a widespread problem, and I didn't understand why. And so I began looking into it and learned that more than 80% of the product on the market is sourced out of other countries, mainly China. Now, if you know anything about China, it's the most polluted country in the world, and they've actually been growing hemp there for decades. And the reason they do is because hemp is a hyperaccumulator, meaning it's going to absorb toxins, pollutants, heavy metals, anything terrible for you. It's going to pull that from the environment which it's growing as well as the ground. And so all of that gets into the plant. You marry that with the fact that it is most economical to extract the oil from the plant by using additional chemicals, whether it's hexane or butane or acetone, paint thinner. I mean, you would be shocked if you saw the list of chemicals that are used to extract oils. And I thought, this is not okay. So I began formulating products about a year and a half ago. And a good friend of mine, Sarah Nilsson, said, I know you're into formulating and products and all this kind of stuff. I'd love for you to meet a couple that I'm working with, and they've got a CBD company. And honestly, I thought I was going to this meeting to be sold on an oil for my products. And after I met with Sterling and Meredith Cook, I was blown away. Their passion for high quality, their level of integrity, and their demand to cover the process everywhere from the seed going in the ground to the seal going on the bottle blew me away. I felt like I was talking to myself. Everything that I had written down and everything I was striving for with my products, they were accomplishing. And so it only made sense to me to partner with them, become a Green Compass advocate, and offer this product to people who are looking for a very pure, very clean, organically grown product that is not going to burn their throat or give them the headache or the cramping or any other challenges that people have experienced with a poor product.
Mhm. Thank you so much. And that's truly the reason why I decided to align with Green Compass as well is, what I found, being more on the consumer side, right? But a person that always valued wellness and wanted to share that with other people. But I saw it at gas stations. I saw it in department stores. And I thought, well, this is all the same. But when I heard many of the things that you had shared, I realized that I need to educate people. My passion has always been to educate people that I care about the differences between things, about putting the right stuff in their body. And so, there's so much education that needs to be had. And one of the things, could you touch on one thing that it really hit me, but I want your perspective on it, is having a certificate of analysis and really what that means.
Oh, that's so important. And this whole experience that you and I have a hold of is awesome in a lot of ways. And one of the ways is that we're able to educate people. And one of the most important parts about being educated is seeing what's called a certificate of analysis. And what that is actually, do I have? Nope, I don't have. That is going to show you everything that is in that oil. It's going to show you if there are any heavy metals. There you go. There's one right there. It's going to show you any heavy metals. It's going to show you any chemicals, any growth hormones, any pesticides, herbicides, anything that you probably are not knowingly putting in your body with a lot of different products that you're taking on a day-to-day basis. But when you're taking a CBD oil and you're sticking it under your tongue, or you're swallowing it, or you're putting it in your food, whatever it is you're doing, you have to know what all is going into your body along with that CBD. And you can see the certificate of analysis here. It's a little bit small, but the graph on the right-hand side is beautiful. You can see that one big brown line there in the middle. That is telling you that the majority that's in that product is CBD. The little tiny red line at the top is going to show you a little bit of THC. And then that little blue line at the bottom is going to show you that you've got some CBG in there. I believe that's CBG. Another page for this certificate of analysis is there in the back, and you can see any chemicals, any toxins, pollutants, anything that plant has absorbed and has been pulled out and put into the product. Now, it's really important. You're going to find a lot of people that don't have a certificate of analysis. I've seen certificate of analysis that have been altered. I've seen certificate of analysis that are fake. They aren't even real. There is no lab that they're telling you is on their certificate of analysis. What's beautiful about the Green Compass certificate of analysis is a couple things. You see that little QR code in the middle. That you can actually scan with your phone, and it is going to be the same that's on the bottle that Laura's showing you there. You scan it, and that will take you directly to that lab's website and pull up that certificate of analysis so that you can verify A, it hasn't been altered, B, it is in fact a certificate of analysis showing you what's in your CBD oil, but it will also tell you the purity. Or there are some products out there that, gosh, I've seen certificate of analysis that are 12 pages long, listing all kinds of things that are in that product. And anybody with, I'll be nice, at least half a brain, should hesitate before sticking that in their body, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important.
Thank you so much. I think, and that was really, for me, that was like, okay, so there's the proof in the pudding right there. The other thing I think that hit me is, as you had said before, it's that this company takes it from the organic soil that we've actually been, our farmers have been growing on organic soil since the 1970s. and then we put it all the way into the bottle. And the only people that touch it are the people that make that certificate of analysis by testing it. So that was huge for me, the soil piece. And so then I thought, wow, there are differences. People need to understand that there are true differences in the market. So thank you for sharing that. So I wanted to share with everyone, if you would like, if you have any questions, and you can see how you can type them into message chat, please put any questions you have in the chat, and I'll open it up in a minute for some questions. I just wanted to wrap up on a couple of key things that, oh, these are our farmers right here. George and Adam Wooten, they come from 6 generations of agriculture experience, and they're actually leaders in North Carolina. So we actually train other farmers how to grow good organic quality hemp, which is pretty amazing. And Tracy Lee spoke about Sterling and Meredith Cook, our founders. They're truly amazing people and are really on mission to really create just the highest quality of CBD. That's it. Like, quality is everything. And how do we contribute to the world in that way? And then how do we contribute to helping the farming industry by helping other farmers grow hemp for an industry that is massively growing? And, you know, Tracy Lee had mentioned that she decided to become an advocate. And that's really why I decided to become an advocate, is to help people. And then also, you know, in a massively growing market, because if the market is growing, people need to be educated. And right now, this industry is about a $700 million industry, close to, but in the next couple of years, Forbes, New York Times, it's projected to be a $22 billion industry. And so what we want to make sure is that people are using CBD, they get the right CBD and they do their homework. And that's why we do calls like this, so people are educated about it. And, you know, Green Compass, actually, our CBD is so high quality that our first year we thought we might sell $1 million. And just by people sharing their testimonials and just by people telling other people about it, we actually sold $11.5 million just by word of mouth, because we have really, really quality stuff on our hands. I wanted to show you a little bit, if I'm having a little problem here with my slides. That's my last slide here. This is just a real high level of our products. We have products for pets, we have bath soaks, we have our tinctures like Tracy Lee was speaking about. We also have a line of, we've combined the power of essential oils with CBD. So we have a line of CBD rollers, as well as many healing creams and a pain patch. So we have a full line of products. So whoever invited you today, you can follow up with them and they can share that with you. And the other thing, but I do want to make sure, I don't know if people are having a challenge with the chat or if nobody has any questions. So I'm going to unmute everybody in a second, but I want to make sure that you know that if you did attend the call, whoever invited you, make sure that you let them know, so you can be entered into a raffle for a giveaway. We'll have a giveaway of one of my favorite solutions that we offer. And if you're curious about being an advocate like Tracy and I want to tell the world about it, Green Compass has just announced that we want to provide people the opportunity to start a side hustle, to start a business, kind of in this crazy time that we have, for $9.99, pretty much no charge. So we typically have a distributor, a one-time distributor fee of $59, and then you can run your whole business with our computer back office for $9.99 a month. But the organization has decided that we want to waive that fee for people. So if people want to start to share a wellness product that people need now, but maybe finances are a little bit tight, you know, we want to help you do that for free. So please follow up with whoever invited you to this call. So I am going to unmute it just in case anyone's having some challenges with asking questions. But if you have any questions for Tracy Lee, please just speak up.
That was so awesome that the company did that. I can tell you, as a business owner, I'm well over 7 figures into my business, and to be able to start your own business, get the tax write-offs and all those things for the cost of shipping a box is unbelievable. $9.99. I mean, honestly, you can't even get your LLC for that.
Fantastic. Does anyone have, if we don't have any questions, we'll close the call. I recorded most of it. I missed the beginning of it, but we'll have this available if you want to send this along to someone. But we're really thankful that you chose to be here with us today. And thank you, Tracy Lee, for your knowledge. It's always so appreciated to hear from an expert like you. And I'm sure that everyone on here learned something, because every time I speak with you, I definitely learn something. So everyone have a terrific day and stay safe. Take care of yourself and your family, and just make sure that you stay close to your loved ones. And if you need anything beyond CBD, Tracy Lee and I are here for you. Have a great day.